Welcome to Network Today, where we take you from meeting people to
making money
faster. But this is going to be a special segment. We've got 4 special segments. This is segment number 1, new uno.
Uh-oh.
Because what's coming up on 8/2, Rob?
ConnectFest 24.
That's right. We're so excited. So this is our Network Today Live, our 3rd annual conference. Can you believe it?
And it's going to be bigger and better and be the best.
14 speakers, 6 hours. And you know what makes this absolutely super special, like especial, is the fact that we have a business leader keynote panel of leaders who slay networking. This is where Tracey Eubanks comes in, the CEO of Metrocrest Services out of Carrollton, a must-see. We got to go see your new location.
Thank you. Please do.
All right, can't wait. And you know what was so funny, Tracy, is I was thinking about this, and the same probably applies to Rob, in that we all met networking.
That's true.
Remember
That's
we
true.
were introduced by
How
somebody.
apropos.
Yeah, isn't
Yes.
that funny?
Yes.
So it's how life works.
Well, you know, it just, again, that's what I like about what we're doing is we're actually showing people how real networking is and the big results you get from it.
Yeah.
It is important. It's imperative because life will change, or we'll have a need, or it could be a personal thing, right?
Absolutely.
How important is it when you have a network of people around you when you're going through a difficult time personally, Tracy?
So I think personally and professionally it's the same. I think that we really don't think about networking from a personal perspective as we do professional. We think about going to the chamber events, we think about going to professional association events and networking, and it feels like work. But we network every day. We're networking at churches and schools and part of PTA and our neighborhood association. So I think those folks like me at one time who didn't feel very comfortable networking realized after some time I've been networking all along. I just done it in more personal, comfortable fashion.
Right.
And once you introduce this idea of professional network is not much different than networking at your PTA, people really begin to really take it on and do great.
That's right. Well, and you're an intentional networker. I think
Yes.
that's what kind of differentiates personal from professional, that's being intentional. Would you agree?
I agree. I think it's important that when we network, for our sake, for the folks that we're spending time with sake, that we have some kind of goal and objective involved. We want to build relationships, and I think it is about reciprocation. I don't believe networking should ever be one way, and often that's what you find. There's a great book by Adam Grant called Give and Take. And it kind of talks about the type of people that you might meet and how you might network with them based on their personality. And so I do think it needs to be, the power of reciprocation is critical when it comes to professional networking.
Now, do you bring this up like in company meetings when you're talking to staff and so on, that the importance of networking?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think you have 2 conversations. We're a pretty large organization, and so you have one conversation with the natural networkers, your fundraisers in my case, the marketing team, the folks that are getting out more often, out of the office, meeting with groups, or on boards, et cetera. That's one conversation. It's a little bit different because they have some experience. They need maybe some mentoring, maybe they need some shadowing, but they kind of get it. It's part of who they are, their profession. Then there's the other employees that we have that often don't see their role in networking. And that is like really powerful for an organization because giving employees, getting them out of their cubicle, out into the real world to meet folks and to allow them to be part of the success of the organization besides just what they're doing every day, it can be pretty powerful. You have an army of advocates out there, an army of folks building networks that really helps any organization.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and what you spoke to, I think, is so vital. And one of the reasons we wanted you to be on the panel is because you deal in the nonprofit space.
Right.
And which is, not like the other 3 panelists. That would be a little different. And so you can bring a perspective of helping empower people through building a network. And people feel when you're surrounded by people that are core to your life, that are edifying you, speaking, you immediately feel elevated, don't you?
Absolutely.
So if you were a W-2, like in the office, behind the phone employee, or stocking shelves or whatever, that empowerment is so pivotal on how they approach the rest of their career.
Absolutely. I mean, I think there's so many facets of success as it relates to being successful in networking. Just given the opportunity to network, it's professional, it's personal, and I think as servant leaders, it's part of who we are. We're supposed to be developing folks, growing individuals in whatever manner that makes sense for them, but providing the opportunity. You see this in organizations all the time where there's so many folks that are there every day, toiling away, that could be doing so much more, who often have more experience or more of a better perspective about what we do every day than I do, because they're on the front lines often. They can tell stories I can't tell. They can connect with people better than I could. And so given that opportunity, empowering people, I think is critical for any successful organization.
Yeah, and this is something that I want to mention too, is that how you guys, with your new facility, have those classrooms where then you have these kind of outreach programs bringing in for educational purposes on finance and so on. And I think it was with Hayden at one of the chamber meetings I was discussing. I said, hey, you know, Cheryl and I would like to volunteer of doing some networking classes for the outside people, not just your staff, but outside people, because again, for them, they're looking for jobs and so on. That it's so important again to understand the whole networking world.
Right. And I think, as Nick, one of our other panelists and I were talking about earlier, that most of our career growth as we move on is through networking, is through connections that we have. And so not only training our own employees and getting comfortable, and I remember I was terrified to network early in my career. I am where I am today, 30 years or so of being a CEO type person, because of learning how to network, getting over facing my fears. So I think our clients, those that we serve, they're often struggling, who lack confidence, whose dreams have kind of been extinguished. Help them build that confidence again. That can make a huge difference in their life. So I think it's a fabulous idea, and Rob, I'm gonna hold you to that.
Okay. Yes, Rob, it's on tape. So there we go. We're all accountable now.
Yeah.
So is there a success story that you could point to? We've got just a couple of minutes here.
Sure.
That either from you personally or somebody on your team that you've seen them kind of grow by them growing their networks.
Sure. We have someone within our marketing department. Her name is Iris, and she may see this. Iris, and you may have met her.
Right.
She's an amazing social media content expert. I mean, I could go on and on about Iris. But she wants to do more in development fundraising. She wants to get out more, out of the office more. And I don't think it's her natural state to go out with a group of people she doesn't know and just strike up a conversation. But she knows it's valuable. She knows it's great for the organization, great for herself. And so I just have seen her blossom in that regard. There's a long way to go still, but taking that first step is pretty critical. A lot of people never take the first step.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, but that you encourage it. I love that.
Yeah.
It wasn't a part of my history for sure in the corporate America. They didn't want you empowered. They didn't want you to know.
Right.
Just live in a little Truman bubble. It's all good. That's it. Well, so Rob, are you as excited as I am?
Oh, I am. I'm so pumped up, Cheryl. I mean, I've got on my calendar now. I'm counting the days now, and so it's getting close. It's getting scary. You know, we're near the end of June right now, so we've only got like 6 weeks to go, and I'm just so excited because of the people like the panel we're having with Tracy and Nick and Jason, and the other great speakers. There's so much to learn in networking, and again, as a small business owner, this is what increases revenue for my company, and I've got to get better at it, and to be surrounded in this networking community is so helpful.
It is. Well, so as you're watching this, listening in, just know that you're going to have an opportunity to meet Tracy up close and personal on 8-2 Very Space, the amazing Very Space, Las Colinas. This is an all-day affair, or you can buy a half-day ticket morning or afternoon, but the afternoon, this is when you get the real sauce, right? The secret sauce to the event. So it is Network Today Live, ConnectFest 24. The theme is collection to connection, collecting that data, collecting those business cards, and turning them into relationships, real life connections. So that's the whole goal here. It's going to be an amazing, incredible conference. Cheers to you.
Here we go.
All right.
Cheers.
We need to get
Cheers.
you a That's right.
Looking forward to it.
Oh, thank you. Us too. So Network Today, where we take you from meeting people to
Making money.
faster, and we will see you on 8-2.